Hello all, it's Melinda. Welcome to my channel. I have some new subscribers I've noticed. Thank you for subscribing, and I hope you like what you're seeing. And I love my subbies, so thank you all for hanging out with me. Today I'm going to try. Eileen from Scrapmazing made this sketch for the wild hair kit, and I decided, I watched her video on it, and hers was in a fall, and she used one triangle and then a leaf. But every time I see arrows, I don't see them up and down. I tend to like them to be, if I can get it to stay like that, to be like sideways, almost like play buttons. So last weekend we had a costume party, and I posted this photo on Instagram, and I decided that I'm going to cut these in triangles. This was just a funny photo I took and sent to my daughter. So I printed this on canvas paper. Will it pick it up? There we go. Only because in my scrap room I didn't have any other larger paper that would print this. So in Photoshop Elements, I made the triangles and clipped my photo to the triangles, so I had the right dimension of the face, so I didn't miss pertinent details, that kind of thing. So I'm going to cut those out. I've went through my bin of Halloween stuff, and I pulled out some things. Surprisingly, I don't have anything the purple that I want. Even in my normal stash, nothing that is this brighter purple. But I did throw in my Halloween stuff, the gift bags that my kids stuff with things. I wasn't sure if I'd use them in scrapbooking, and this is showing up very blue on my screen, I notice. But this is purple, like my hair was in this photo. Will it actually? They kind of look like even in this. But like I said, it's showing up more blue in the video. I have various, this is just a little sampling of spider webs that I've collected over the years. These are the newest ones. They're sparkly, and they came with bats and spiders in their bag. They're from Recollections. Now, I don't know if any of these are going to make it on the layout, but I pulled them so that I could have them with me. Like I said, collected over the years. Wilton made them at Halloween time, so I have a few different bags of Wilton ones. Some are large, some are small, and whatnot. I had in this stash, and I'm not sure why I put it in here, probably because it was a Halloween line, but purple hemp. They call it ribbon. It's hemp. It's the same as the other American Crafts hemp that I have, but it's purple. Little Yellow Bicycle. That takes me way back. Some Brad's photo turns. I'm not sure what they're called. I don't know if they're going to work. I had some other stuff that I pulled that I don't think is going to work. This is October Afternoon Tin Pins Witch Hazel. No purple, and they're kind of more, you know, October Afternoon was kind of more grungy. Creamy colors, not whites. I just got the Bella Boulevard Spooktacular clips. I don't know if I'll use any of these. They do have some purple things in here, some black. And then I had these Recollections Raven's Head Manor. They're just like little black and white gemstones. I don't know if I'm going to use those either. And in there, I also had spooky thickers. So those might make an appearance. And I had Recollections Halloween Boo. These are circle tags. Now, I've never been able to use these because I don't like mixing gold and silver, and all these seem to come with a silver ring. So I don't know if they'll get used for this purpose. And I have one roll of Halloween washi tape by Heidi Swap Marquee Love. Never been opened. It was in that box too, along with a whole bunch of other stuff that I didn't think would even come close to working, so I didn't even pull it. So that's kind of where I'm starting. Like I said, I'm going to do mine sideways. And I think this paper here, it's the only one that I liked out of the stash. It is Great Imaginations. Oh, let's see, what is it? Doesn't even say what it is. I don't know. It doesn't say. It doesn't even say how old it is, actually. But I did get it at a warehouse sale at Cherry on Top, because they do this when they mark them out. So Art Warehouse, I guess maybe is the line. I don't know. But I think this will be one of the sheets that are either the background or this. I'm not sure which. We'll see. But I think this line here, a thin border, will be in this purple paper, and I'll just cut it so you don't see the pumpkin. So that's my plan. We'll see if it actually happens that way. But I'll stick you on fast forward so you can watch me muddle through this. And head on over to Eileen's Facebook, or not Facebook. She does have a Facebook group, by the way, Eileen Scrapmazing. But head on over to Eileen's YouTube channel. I'll link it below so you can watch what she did with this sketch. And stop over and say hi to her. She's a great lady. All right, fast forward we go. I've never cut photos into a triangle, so I was trying to debate whether I wanted a white border on them or not. So I figured I'd cut them with a white border and then decide whether I liked it or not. Thankfully, I did that because I like it with the white border. Because they're so dark, I wanted them to have a contrast between them and the layers I use. I'm going to kind of set this up. This was a Halloween paper kit, or a pad from Recollections, and I didn't think it mattered if it was Halloween or not, because it didn't have anything but black gold and matte gold, I don't know, paper. So I'm going to set this up. I'm thinking that I have that little purple, a little bit of gold in that paper as the layer. And I like it. So I'm going to put these up. I don't even know why I left this in, because I just literally set this up and take it apart as I think about it. I think I'm going to have a space between them, and I end up not. I know I'm going to journal on a tag just because of the way this is laying out. I didn't want to take away from the triangles by doing a box of journaling. I know I want to do some pink or purple mixed media in the background, and that is blue. I end up using two mermaid markers, the purple one and the red one. I was trying to make a little bit different shade of purple, and when I mix this around, this makes more of a violet, red purple. So I add more back of the purple, but it's too dark. So I need to go find something that's white. This is it's a white kind of paint mist. I got it at Walmart. I don't even know what brand it is. And that's working after I made a mess, but it needs to be a little bit lighter. So I take it off my layout this time so I don't make a mess on it. And that is about right. So I just need to add some water to it. And then I'll do the packing material. Not much of it ends up showing at the end after I put all the layers on and stuff, but I like it in the background. So I'm going to clear the decks again. And yeah, what the heck? I was frustrated with that. The idea is to sort of put it in the center and just kind of mush it around. I didn't want like a solid chunk of purple. I kind of wanted just more of a, I don't know, wispy kind of purple color. I sprinkled some in just straight from the brush, and then I'm going to sprinkle some black. I'm going to roll that off. The black tends to not dry so quick, and then I smear it. It always makes me mad when I smear it. I'm going to get a torn edge and then decide about how wide I want this. I figure I can always make it too large and then cut it down at the edge if it's too big. And then I remember I want some gold. And I'm just going to dab all that up just so it's not wet, because that makes a mess as well when it gets that way. Sorry if you can hear the dogs upstairs. They're jumping around, messing around. I just want a little piece, and I should have left it without tearing this off, because for some reason it makes it a stitch too short, but we're going to leave it. And this bag, I'm so glad I have this bag, because like I said, it's the only purple thing that I like the color of. Just kind of fiddly. It's not like tissue paper, but it's really lightweight paper, almost like glassine, but not quite. It's crinkly. And I'm going to just fuss with it a little bit, then I decide, you know what, let's just glue it together. I had the hardest time with these layers. You're not going to see where those two join together, so I wasn't too worried about it. I just want a little sliver of the gold and a little bit larger sliver of the purple. And I don't put this down yet because I'm not positive of how wide I want it to be. I decide that I want to carry that purple to each of the photos by putting a little bit of it at the wide side of the photo. Just a little bit. And this is when I decide I want to overlap them. I like this overlap, but in the end I ended up doing it the opposite way because I forgot. I'm going to set these out. Put the tag in. I'm using all three of the glitter ones, so they're all the same size. And I do that, and to me that looks like Mickey Mouse ears. So I've got to pull one of those down along the side so it doesn't look like Mickey Mouse ears. I take a look at the thickers to see if anything I want. And I decide that I want tissue paper, and I like this black with the white polka dots. And I'm just going to staple 3 or 4 layers together and then cut it in a triangle shape around it. Now, the video stops here, and then I am going to do some live talking because of it after I fix my stapler. So in just a few seconds, I'm going to be talking live while I'm doing the photo, explaining to you why the video stopped. I'm just trying to, I realized that I had, because of the way it was folded, I had some that were backwards and they were showing too much. So it was kind of a gray color. I didn't like that. So I'm going to just have a little border around there, and I like that. Trim it up a little bit. Yes, indeed. I like the black. Deciding whether I was going to do the small one, and this is where we're going to get funky. Whoa. All right. I realized that my video was not taping. And as you can tell, I create quite a mess. And I believe one time that I set something down, I hit the mouse and it clicked off. That's what my theory is. But since this stopped when I was putting on the tissue paper, and since then I tissue papered the small one, I glued everything together, and I made a pocket for that. So that's the photo cluster. And I put these down, and I folded this over, put the tissue paper there, and it was easier for me to just fold it over and glue it than it was to cut it. And I stuck in this costumed cutie paper clip in there and used one of those photo holders to hold. I stapled it, but it looked like, can you tell? Let's see. Can't really tell. But there's a staple, two staples underneath there. So I'm going to stick you back on fast forward now. I do apologize for that. I didn't want to skip ahead and not explain what I did. Well, the video was not taping. Okay. I'm going to put this jute in the hole, and I run into a bit of a dilemma. It keeps going straight out, and it cuts the layout to my eye. So I don't love the jute there, but it stays. I try to make it curve down, but it doesn't want to. I did some research on some witchy sayings, and I settled on, I solemnly swear that I am up to no good. I thought that was kind of cute. Probably not even a witch saying, but these are Tim Holtz Alpha Parts sign maker, and you gotta cut them. So I don't make you watch me do that. I got it all laid out. Here's the last D. I mean, they're hard. They're not easy to cut. And I decide that I like the no good down there. So I need to put this down first. And I'm going to use some of the Scott's Fun Foam just because it was handy. And that makes it all the same level because of the journaling pocket. And for the O's, I used those gems. I thought they looked cute. And I'm just going to put, oh, the little ones are Tim Holtz label letters. I'm going to put 3 dots after that. And I decided to put them on the angle. And I'm glad I did, because I think too many letters would have made it, taken away the triangle. I marked where the tag shows, and I'm just going to glue this pad of paper I have. It's got light bluish purple lines on it, and I'm just going to glue this on and trim it so that I have something to write on. I didn't want to have to try to write in white or gold or anything, because you're not going to see it anyway. And then I discover it's going to be a pain to try to figure out where that goes. So I'm going to mark these lines, and you know what I realized? Those glitter webs are self-adhesive. I did not know that. but they're sticking up off the page a little bit, so I didn't want to adhere them down. But that's good to know. I'll probably forget by the time I use them again. I decided that I'm going to slip this black web washi tape. You won't see it unless the tag is out, and that will kind of give you an indication of where the tag goes. I'm going to cut a little slice where the hole is. I don't want to see it. The layout's got enough black, so I didn't need to see it. But see how I just cut a little notch in there? And I'm going to do the journaling. I will show you at the end what it says. I'm going to do some live close-ups. I like how this turned out. And I can't wait to show Eileen what I did with her sketch. I got a little blob on my face in the picture for all this process, but oh well. I'm going to keep it there. I'll leave you a link down below to Eileen's sketch and to her YouTube channel. I want to thank you for watching and have an awesome, wonderful fall day. Bye.